Path channel. I'm the POV performer in this video, and I'm here to break down the choreography for you, explaining its design. So right in the beginning I had the knight charging in confidently with an overhead strike. He doesn't care about any stopping thrust I could attempt, because he's armored. He can safely seek to move in and overpower me. Instead of blocking, I step to the side. This is slower and wider than it would be in reality, but GoPro has its limitations as a medium. I wanted to keep the knight within the field of view, and a closer dodge would lose him. In reality it would be a much more narrow miss, but he misses to signify the tunnel vision issues caused by the helmet. A usual Hundsgoogle's visors are even more narrow than these ones. A limited field of view is a common problem in many helmet types. After the miss, he slams the sword into the ground, which is done here just to emphasize momentum for the viewer. However, it's a thing that might happen in combat, and contrary to some opinions on YouTube, it's really no big deal. Swords don't magically become dull as soon as they touch untilled earth. Then, following the momentum of his step, the knight spins. Yeah, he spins.
Both a fencing skill of my grandma, which never held sword in her life better. I was doing it better 10 years ago, and boys they are whacking it around in idiotic movements, even to the point they hit the ground with the blade. They have no notion how to use these weapons or how armed combat is performed.
Yes, a pirouette never fails to trigger internet sword fighting experts. People whose entire knowledge of fencing comes from popular and not completely accurate YouTube videos will always denounce what they call spinning as unrealistic and dumb, regardless of tactical context. Because only an idiot would ever rotate their body in combat, and it never happened in history, right? Right. So why spin here? After a step in my dodge, it's literally more optimal for the knight to follow his armored body's momentum, swing left and turn towards me while bringing his blade about in a strike. That way he can make me retreat, or at least engage my weapon as I strike at him. What happens next are several wide swings while I'm on the defensive. The knight is confident, possibly quite irritated that it's not over yet, and he wants to end it quickly. I keep my distance while trying to parry, waiting for him to tire out. Armor, while not as heavy and impairing movement as portrayed in Hollywood films, takes a toll on one's endurance. It is a sound strategy to keep just out of reach and tease an armored opponent into wasting his energy. At a point, I try to get in a strike, just to gain any control of the fight, and that's where it's proven a mistake. Dramaturgy follows as I wake up not quite dead, but dazed. The knight spared me, I guess, but he comes in again as soon as I pick up the sword. I block and go into a disarm, that's straight out of Meyer. Then, while still half swording, slash right into the eye slit. The blade really gets inside the visor for a split second there. Of course, in real combat I'd angle it to penetrate, transition into a thrust and be done with it. Even though he's lost an eye, the knight is not done. He reaches for his dagger and rushes in. I intercept the dagger hand, then proceed to pummel the half-blinded knight with my pommel. Seeing as it's not very efficient, I throw away the sword and proceed to take away the dagger while bringing him down. Soon as he's on his knees, I lodge the dagger under his helmet and pummel on it until the tip penetrates the mail. So that is the choreography I designed for the real-life mordhau video. I made sure to include half-swording, pommel strikes, striking the eye slit. There's also an actual Mordschlag with the crossguard in another part of the video, which I hope you have already watched. Many thanks again for all of my cast, my Patreon supporters, and the Omsborg Viking Hild for providing us with a wonderful filming location. Stay tuned, there is more content coming. You can order my swords through my website, and as always, keep slaying.